Hi, I'm outside now, like magic. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm outside and I'm in nature, especially with a lot of green around, like now I feel so much better. So I'm already energized and I'm excited to do our flow today. So I have no idea what it's going to be, and I'm going to improvise, and you guys are in for a treat. Hopefully you like it. If things get a little challenging, just tone it down a little bit. You know you can do cobra instead of upward facing dog. Come down to child's pose at any time. Drop your knees in plank, drop one knee in crescent, all those modifications. Use a block, use a strap, use whatever. So make it your own practice and enjoy. Most important is have fun and don't hurt yourselves. Stand at the top of your mats in Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold all the way down to the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold all the way down to the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Hands to the heart, arms by the sides. One more time. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Hands to the heart, arms by the sides. We're going to add on. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, walk the feet back to plank pose. We'll take a few deep breaths here, keeping the core engaged, keeping the legs strong. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll pedal out the feet a few times, nice and slowly, using our breath to stretch out the backs of the legs, the calves. Next exhale, bend the knees and see if you can straighten the spine and then straighten the legs again. We're going to use this technique quite a few times to try to get a long spine today. Next exhale, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, jump back to chaturanga. Lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back to plank. Downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up behind you. I'm mirroring you. With control, plant that left foot between the hands. Drop the right heel and make sure to move that left foot towards the middle of the mat a little and come into warrior two. So the left foot is aligned with the middle of the back foot. Keep the core engaged, keep the back leg strong. Make sure that front hip is firmed in. Straighten that front leg and reach with that left hand and fold forward and come into Trikonasana, keeping the chest nice and open. Come back to warrior two on an inhale. Reverse the warrior, deep breath in, exhale. Windmill the hands to the top of the mat, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up behind you. With control, bring the right knee to the chest. And with control, plant that right foot between the hands and move it over to the left a little so that it's in line with the middle of the back foot, and come up to warrior two on the opposite side. Keep those arms engaged. Make sure the knee doesn't go past the ankle. Move the foot forward if you have to. Straighten the front leg. Reach, reach, reach. And find Trikonasana on the opposite side. Keep the chest nice and open. Keep both legs engaged. Keep breathing. Come back to warrior two on the inhale. Next inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands to the top, plant them, find plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, straighten the spine, and then straighten the legs. We'll do that a few times today to practice getting a long spine in downward facing dog. Bend the knees, walk, step, or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog. On the inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up behind you. Mirroring again with control. Plant that foot between the hands and find your warrior two again. Dropping that back heel. Keep breathing nice and long. We're going to hop that back foot in a little and find Ardha Chandrasana, balancing on that left leg. Lift that right leg up a little higher. Try to keep that chest nice and open. Keep breathing here. Both legs are strong, especially the standing leg. Come back to warrior two as gracefully as you can. Reverse the warrior on an inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands to the top. Plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Lift the right leg up behind you. I'm mirroring. Plant that foot between the hands. Drop the back heel. Come up to warrior two and make sure to center that front foot so that it's in line with the middle of the back foot. Keep that core engaged. Keep the back leg strong. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Hop that back foot in a little and find Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, on the opposite side. Try to straighten the standing leg. Try to straighten the leg that's up in the air. Make it horizontal. Try to open up the chest even more. Keep breathing. A couple of more breaths here. And then gracefully as you can, find warrior two. Reverse the warrior for an inhale. And then exhale, windmill the hands to the top, plant them, find plank, chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here in down dog. And again, bend the knees, straighten the spine, and then straighten the legs. Next exhale, walk, step, or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Then lift the right leg up behind you. With control, plant the foot between the hands. And then come on up to crescent pose. Keep the bend in the front knee. Keep the back leg nice and strong. Shoulders relaxed, arms engaged, fingers spread. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, plant the hands, find plank. Chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up behind you. And with control, plant that foot between the hands. And find crescent on the other side. So here the feet are parallel, the back heel is up. Keep breathing nice and long. Next exhale, plant the hands, find plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once again, jump, step or walk to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up behind you. Plant that foot between the hands. And come on up to crescent pose again. And this time, take the hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, twist to your right. Try to keep the chest nice and open, back leg strong. Inhale, back up to crescent. Exhale, plant the hands, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now lift the left leg up behind you. With control, plant that foot between the hands and find crescent pose on the opposite side. Keep that core engaged. Bring the hands to the heart, deep breath in. As you exhale, twist to your left. Hands in prayer position. Keep that back leg strong, keep the chest nice and wide. Your next inhale, find crescent again, releasing the hands. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next exhale, bend the knees, straighten the spine, and then straighten the legs. Next exhale, walk, step, or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. All right, inhale to chair, Utkatasana. All right, bring your hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, twist to the right and try to keep the knees together, stacked, one right by the other. Do your best. Try to open up the chest here as well, and take that left leg back, coming into that crescent twist that we just did. Inhale up to crescent. Exhale, plant the hands. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next exhale, walk, step, or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, back to chair again. Hands to the heart. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist to the left. Try to keep the knees stacked right next to each other. And then take that right leg back, keeping the core engaged into crescent twist. Working on our balance today, core strength. Inhale up to crescent. Exhale, plant the hands. Plank, chaturanga. You can drop the pelvis. Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here, and I think we deserve a rest. You can rest in down dog or drop the knees and take a child's pose. Widen the knees, big toes touch, relaxing everything down to the ground. Now push yourselves up into downward facing dog. Walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up behind you with control. Plant that foot between the hands. Drop the left heel. Come on up to warrior one. Sink a little bit lower. Keep the back leg strong. Next exhale, plant the hands. Find plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up behind you with control. Plant that foot between the hands. Drop the right heel. Come on up to warrior one on the opposite side. Keep that core engaged. Try to square the hips. They won't go very far. But try to bring that right hip a little forward. Next exhale, plant the hands. Plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, and then next exhale, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up behind you with control. Plant the foot between the hands. Come on up to crescent, back to crescent. And then, if you can, in one shot, lift that back foot up, coming into warrior three. Gradually straightening both legs, making the torso horizontal, doing our best. Keep breathing. Trying to keep the hips level. Come back to crescent on the inhale. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up behind you with control. Plant that foot between the hands. Find crescent pose one more time. And then lifting off in one shot if we can. If you have to have that foot, that's fine. Coming into warrior three. Balancing on that left leg. Trying to straighten both legs. I know it's challenging. We'll do our best. Trying to straighten the standing leg. Getting the torso horizontal. Keep breathing. And then drop back into crescent with control. Exhale, plant the hands, plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees and take a much deserved MALASANA, child's pose. Push yourselves back up into downward facing dog. And then jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Find chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up behind you with control. Plant that foot between the hands. Finding crescent pose one more time. And then take that left foot forward and cross that left leg over the right and the right arm over the left for GARUDASANA, eagle. And sink a little bit lower in your chair. Lift those elbows up a little bit. Come back to warrior 3 this time. These poses are familiar now. Come back to crescent. Deep breath in, exhale. Plant the hands, plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. We're combining all the things that we just did earlier. We're warmed up for this challenging vinyasa. Find crescent pose by planting the left foot between the hands. And when you're ready, engage the core and take that right leg forward and over the left. And wrap the left arm over the right. And sink into your chair for GARUDASANA. Lift the elbows up a little higher. See if you can take the hands away from the face. That also increases the stretch. Now, take that leg back to warrior 3. Do your best. Try to keep that right hip down. Now, find crescent again, gracefully. Exhale, plant the hands, plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next exhale, walk, step, or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart, arms by the sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. You can find plank and stay there, or find chaturanga. Push back up to plank. And then now you're going to take that left hand towards the center of the mat and open up to side plank. I'm mirroring again since you are facing me. And you can lift that right leg up if possible. Come back to plank and take the right hand under your face towards the center of the mat, coming into side plank on the opposite side. And you can lift that left leg up, separating the legs if possible. If not, just keep them stacked, or even both feet on the floor. Come back to plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Wow, we just got through Vashisthasana. Yay. So we're going somewhere with this. Some of you can maybe guess. We did a lot of planks, a lot of chaturangas. We even did side plank. So it should be a clue that there's going to be an arm balance coming up. Okay, we've rested in child's pose. Let's come on up to down dog. Walk, step, or jump to the top. And this time we'll stay in a squat, MALASANA. Even here, see if you can press the arms against the knees to open up the chest using that opposing action. Keep the core engaged here as well. And then we're ready to try, you got it, crow pose, Bakasana. So you're going to try to get your knees as close to the armpits or the triceps as possible. And you can engage the core, lift one foot up and then the other foot up. Keep the core engaged. Keep those arms nice and strong. Jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're done with our peak pose. Isn't that nice? Next exhale, drop the knees and take a child's pose. When you're ready, you can push yourselves up, and you're going to face me with your legs wide apart, seated still. We're going to come into dragonfly side bend. You're going to mirror again. So you're going to take your left elbow on your left thigh, cradle your head with that hand, take the opposite arm up and place your right hand gently on top of your head. So this is a yin pose. We are winding down with just a little bit of yin. So from now on, we won't engage any muscles. We'll just let gravity take charge, and we can just work on cooling down, quieting the mind, and getting some stretch in the body, in the myofascial tissue. In this case, hopefully we're getting a stretch in the side body. But just let things be, don't force it, and just try to find a meditative state in these poses. We'll come out of the pose carefully, and we'll windshield wipe the knees to the left and right, maybe move the neck around a little bit before we do the other side. Legs apart again. And this time we'll take the right elbow over the right thigh and the left hand up and gently place it on the head. So yin poses are fairly flexible, so if anything feels uncomfortable, just modify accordingly. If you need to take that left hand down and place it on the mat or by your leg or on your leg, that's absolutely fine, because the shoulder could get tired. So keep breathing here normally. So again, just let things go, let gravity do most of the work here. See if you can still the mind a little, find something to focus on, anything. So these are meditative poses. Carefully come on out of the pose. Again, we'll just windshield wipe the knees to the left and right a few times, neutralizing the spine, moving the neck around a little. Let's do Baddha Konasana, a yummy pose. Soles of the feet together, wrap your hands around your feet. Take a deep breath in and exhale, fold. And here, we're just going to let things be. So I'm not trying to keep a long spine here. So it's different from the way I normally teach Baddha Konasana. This is the yin version where just let gravity be the boss. Just relax that neck down. Just let things be. You don't even have to breathe heavily here. Once again, just let things be. Carefully release, come on up, bring the knees together, and then you're going to make your way onto your backs. Separate the feet as wide as the mat with the knees bent, arms to a T. Take the hips over to the right a little and drop the knees over to the left, coming into a twist. Again, just try to find some quiet. Try to still the mind. No need to breathe any particular way. We're not trying to lengthen the spine here and twist a little further. Just be happy where you are, holding the pose for a little bit longer. Hopefully getting a little more release in the myofascial tissue, as well as trying to still the mind and get into a meditative state. So instead of trying to breathe a certain way, how about we notice how we're breathing? Bring the knees back up, hug the knees into the chest, and then rock here from side to side, massaging out the low back. And you can even make circles with your knees, maybe play with the direction of the circles, neutralizing before we do the other side. This time, lift the hips and move them over to the left a little, and drop the knees over to your right side. Again, try to find that state of quiet. Try to find an anchor to keep that mind in the present. Just let gravity do its thing. Be happy where you are. Bring the knees back up, center the hips again, and then rock here from side to side. Maybe make circles with your knees if it feels good. And then just gently straighten out the legs in front, arms by the sides, getting ready for our final pose, Shavasana. It's definitely a yin pose. We're going to try to let everything go. No more heavy breathing. We're not going to engage any muscles. Just try to relax every single muscle in the body, including your forehead and your tongue, shoulders, neck. Try to find some stillness here. Try to find some quiet. Try to find some focus. If you need an anchor, you could even say a mantra and repeat it over and over, or just pay attention to your breath. Slowly start to move your fingers and your toes. Take your arms overhead. Take a deep breath in and one last long stretch on the exhale. Bring the arms back and roll over to your right side. Make a pillow for your head with your right arm. And then, when you're ready, push yourselves up with your head to come up last, as slowly as you can, into any comfortable seated position. We'll be here for about a minute. Again, trying to find that state of quiet. Notice how you're breathing. Sealing today's practice. Finding some peace. Open your eyes. Namaste. Great job.